of the airfield. This is the old control tower of the Cerklje Krki Airfield. At the time of the Kingdom of Yugoslavia, there was a military airfield in the village of Cerklje. This tower, however, was built in the 1950s by the Yugoslav People's Army. During the Slovenian War of Independence, the airfield was taken over by the Slovenian Armed Forces, which quartered the majority of their air defense and air force units at the adjacent military post. Today, the Cerklje Krki Airfield is an airbase of the Slovenian Armed Forces.
Letališče Cerklje ob Krki je edino vojaško letališče Republike Slovenije in po odhodu JLA leta 1991 je bilo precej uničeno. Od takrat naprej letališče Cerklje ne omogoča izvajanje vseh vrst letenja, še posebej smo prizadeti na področju letenja v slabših vremenskih pogojih in nočnem letenju. Te informacije se moramo priznati, da tečejo tudi danes. Tudi danes v Cerkljah imamo kontrolo letenja, imamo kontroliran zračni prostor, vendar dela v zelo skromnih razmerah praktično starega stolpa, ki je takšen, kot je po tistem stanju po letu 1991.
The airfield is the base for the entire air fleet of the Slovenian Armed Forces, comprising 16 helicopters for training and transport, as well as 21 airplanes for training and 3 for transport. For this reason, the airfield needs to undergo a technological renovation. After the renovation, the airfield will be able to provide room and ground handling services for a squadron of tactical airplanes, as well as airplanes for strategic and tactical airlifts. In this way, Slovenia will have the capacity to provide the support agreed with NATO member states in the event of a military threat or major natural disaster.
Cilj prenove letališča je to, da Slovenija kot država pridobi osrednje vojaško letališče, na katerem bo možno izvajati tiste funkcije, ki so pred slovensko vojsko postavljene, da bo tehnološko usposobljeno za ta namen in da pravzaprav se na ta način zaokroži zmožnost delovanja slovenske vojske. Tudi sama država pa s tem postane pravzaprav bolj kompletna država.
The upgrade of the airfield includes 40 projects related to construction and technology. The process started with the construction of new hangars for military training airplanes, for helicopters and for aircraft maintenance. In front of the aircraft maintenance hangar is the new building for the Aviation Technical Unit, which is responsible for maintaining and servicing the entire air fleet of the Slovenian Armed Forces. The air fleet is composed of 6 types of airplanes and 3 types of helicopters. These aircraft undergo first-level and second-level maintenance. The warehouse houses approximately 10,000 spare aircraft parts. The helicopters and airplanes are serviced after a prescribed number of flying hours or after a certain period of time. The largest construction projects of the airfield renovation process are the new tower, the building for the firefighting rescue service, the new aprons and the extended runway. At 45 meters, the width of the runway will stay the same. However, its length will be stretched 330 meters to the west and 250 meters to the east. The renovated airfield will be classified a category 4E.
4E kot oznaka za kategorijo letališča se v bistvu nanaša na infrastrukturo. Štirka pomeni praktično nekje prikazuje dolžino steze, razpoložljivo dolžino steze na letališču. E pa pomeni določen razpon letala. Se pravi, pri našem letališču to pomeni, da v bistvu lahko na letališču pristajajo največja transportna letala z razponom kril do 65 metrov, ki pristajajo na stezi do 3000 metrov. To je 4E.
This is the location of the new control tower. It has been moved 500 meters east of the old tower since the runway will be longer and due to the fact that a new strategic and tactical airlift apron, motor testing apron and special cargo apron are to be built.
Kar se pa širi letališče Cerklje tudi z dodatnimi ploščadmi, je potem bila sprejeta odločitev, da se ta stolp postavi nekje na sredini letališča in s tem tudi omogoči boljši pregled nad letališčem, kot bi bil recimo z lokacije starega stolpa.
Although the main construction started in 2009, a lot of work had already been completed. The National Spatial Plan of the airfield had been in preparation for 3 years and was the first spatial plan drawn up for any military building. It also provided a town planning and architectonic design of the entire airfield facility.
Stolp je osrednji element na letališču, osrednji projekt, zato ker tudi združuje vse ostale projekte. V njem je pravzaprav združena celotna logistika letališča in v njem je združena vsa tehnika letališča.
Together with the preparation of the National Spatial Plan, research was carried out that estimated the impact of the renovation on the surrounding environment, air, ground and water, as well as on protected natural reserves and cultural heritage.
Projektantsko je bil pripravljen ta projekt dobro. Urejene so bili detajli, tako da med gradnjo ni prihajalo do zastojev.
At the beginning, construction fell slightly behind schedule. The groundwater turned out to be higher than anticipated, and thus the foundations of the building had to be changed from the original plans. That was the only major change to the project.
Na višku gradnje je sodelovalo do 150 ljudi. Delavci so pa bili dejansko Jugoslavije v malem. Od Slovencev, Hrvatov, Srbov, Bosancev, Makedoncev, tudi iz Kosova.
The construction site throbbed with activity and even the weather was favorable to the construction workers. Even though as much as 600 tons worth of reinforcement rods had to be laid and covered by over 4,000 cubic meters of concrete, the building grew very quickly once the foundations were in place.
Z gradbenega vidika je zahteven projekt v glavnem zaradi stolpa, ker je specifika, kontrolni stolp, konstrukcija, ostali deli projekta so pa normalna gradnja.
Project designers, contractors and construction supervisors control the building works and, in the event of unresolved issues at the building site, coordinated amongst themselves and the Ministry of Defence project group responsible for the investment. Through effective project management, the construction of the tower was realized for the agreed price and within the planned time frame. The construction of the control tower took 1 year. During that period, the basic infrastructure for the airfield was laid and a part of the new transport links was built.
Projektna dokumentacija je zajemala seveda ta najbolj viden objekt, ki je danes realiziran. Treba pa poudariti, da hkrati z njim tudi kar en pretežen del komunalne, prometne, energetske infrastrukture, ki je pa nekako čem skrita, pa ravno tako ali pa mora biti za nadaljni razvoj letališča še bolj pomembna kot posamezni objekti, ne?
Under this main street, 2 separate sewage systems were laid, one for municipal wastewater and the other for rainwater. Both systems lead the water to a purification plant. Below the street, the entire electrical, telecommunications and gas networks were built.
Približno polovica tega prvega sklopa investicije je skrita v teh podzemnih ali pa nizkogradnih objektih, ne? Polovico pa zdaj predstavlja stolp.
From a technological and functional point of view, the control tower is a demanding investment project.
V tehnološkem smislu seveda ima spet neke posebnosti, in sicer to, da zahteva več sistemov za napajanje, energetsko napajanje, zahteva posebne standarde v zvezi z komunikacijsko opremo, zahteva posebne standarde v zvezi z načini prehoda posameznih služb na posamezne dele letališča in tako naprej. Tako da tudi v tehnološkem smislu je stolp zelo zahteven objekt, posebej, če upoštevamo še dejstvo, da je koncipiran tudi za delo v vseh, recimo temu, izrednih razmerah oziroma razmerah, ko vojaška organizacija opravlja svojo primarno funkcijo, torej obrambo države.
From the Polčane metalwork plant of the Granite Construction Company, iron blocks were used to produce elements of the structure at the top of the tower. For this structure alone, 73 tons and 360 kilograms of iron were required. Initially, the iron had to be cut into profiles. After that came the process of edge trimming, followed by the exact assembly of individual large parts according to the plans, and then welding. Ultrasound and X-ray tests were performed in order to check the quality of the structural elements and of the welded joints. Before being transported and installed on the building, the elements had to go through a process of sandblasting. This was done at a stone quarry, where the parts were also painted for the first time. The installation of the iron structure was the most challenging part of the construction process.
Zahtevno je bilo, ker je kontrolna soba ni v vertikali postavljena, je železna konstrukcija, ki se je montirala na licu mesta in je bila tudi nevarna izvedba del.
At the top of the tower, steel anchors were initially fixed to the concrete base. After that, load-bearing parts were attached to the anchors. The structure had to be carefully manufactured, since no inner tensions could be allowed within or between the iron parts. There had to be no room for vibrations or processes within the materials which could cause deformations, as this could result in glass fractures or disruptions in the functioning of the air traffic control devices. The controllers are located in the tower at an altitude of 28 meters.
Višina kontrolnega stolpa je določena z razgledom oziroma s pogledom ali pa s pogledom na predvidene manevrske površine letališča, pomeni na stezo, vozne steze in vse ploščadi. In ta višina, ki jo imamo danes tukaj v tem stolpu, je izračunana tudi glede na predvideno širitev letališča na severni del, kjer so predvidene civilne dejavnosti, da se zagotovi spet dober pregled nad celotnim letališčem.
Special truck cranes were used to lift sensitive glass parts to the top of the tower. This special vacuum tool does not damage glass surfaces and is capable of lifting very heavy loads. The largest piece of glass using for glazing the control cabin weighed approximately 500 kilograms. "120 glass pieces of different sizes were installed in the control cabin, covering 340 square meters of glass surface. In the middle of January, the tower assumed its final look. Just as an airplane or a helicopter is a machine for flying, the tower is a machine which enables flying. The appearance of the tower itself reveals the design's technological and functional requirements.
Ideja je bila ta in tudi seveda finančne zmožnosti, sredstva in tudi želje naročnika, da to ni, bom rekel, objekt, kjer se izkazuje nek presežek v sami obliki ali pa v izgledu. Načeloma je to vojaški objekt, ki bo tudi čez 10, 20 ali pa 30 let izgledal enako kvalitetno, kakor takrat ali pa kot danes. Jaz osebno sem zadovoljen. Ideja je, bom rekel, sledila ali pa izvedba je sledila ideji. Dokaz tega je, da so pač določeni renderi, ki so bili, bom rekel, objavljeni, in potem slike današnje izvedbe je v bistvu razlika tako majhna, da naključni opazovalec pravzaprav razlike ne vidi.
Whilst the outside of the tower was receiving its final look, various craftsmen worked on the interior of the concrete shell. They put together a maze of tubes, conduits, installations and connections. There is a dense network of wired and wireless systems for both internal and external communication. An abundance of wires was used for the communication nodes inside the tower.
Približno bakrenih povezav je cirka 55 km. Imamo tudi optične povezave, teh je približno 1600 metrov položenega, potem je pa približno 500 do 600 metrov antenskih kablov tudi. Vse to je sistem, ki omogoča, da se stolp kot objekt vključuje naven in izkorišča svoje funkcije.
The Cerklje control tower is connected to the Slovenian Military Air Surveillance Center in Brnik, which observes the sky by radar, and to the Regional Center for Civilian Air Traffic Control in Ljubljana, which manages, controls and coordinates the entire air traffic above Slovenia.
Stolp je povezan preko najetih kanalov, ki jih imamo zakupljene pri ponudnikih na trgu, ter preko lastnih kapacitet, ki smo jih zgradili preko radiorelejnih zvez. Znotraj letališča so to povezave preko zasebnega telefonskega omrežja, govorne centrale, ki se nahaja v stolpu in je na nek način srce teh govornih komunikacij, ter seveda z radijskimi postajami, ki omogočajo komunikacijo med kontrolorjem oziroma ustrezno službo, ki je v stolpu, ter plovili.
This is how the new speech devices for the management of air traffic and for communication between airport services were tested. A system for recording and storing speech messages was installed, enabling a subsequent analysis of the event of an air crash or incidents. The entire communication system for air traffic management has been reconstructed and upgraded with modern speech, VHF and UHF radio devices.
To so govorne komunikacije, kar pomeni, da kontrolor v tem stolpu ima neposredno zvezo v katerem koli trenutku z katerim koli od sosednjih nadzornih centrov, prav tako pa tudi z plovili, ki se nahajajo v območju pokrivanja letališča. Kar se varnosti tiče, so sistemi podvojeni, ampak to velja tudi v civilni sferi, kar pomeni, da v bistvu v primeru izpada ene od naprav ali dela naprave mora sistem zagotavljati neprekinjenost delovanja 24 ur, 7 dni v tednu oziroma 365 dni v letu.
Briefing of the Slovenian Armed Forces airmen before the flight. The airmen receive information about flight plans, weather conditions, NOTAMs and others. At the same time, the technical preparation of an aircraft takes place. Hauling of an aircraft from a hangar to an apron, refueling, removal of the wheels, entry into the logbook, obligatory visual inspection before takeoff, the aircraft technician makes a safety check before the startup. Finally, the Airfield controller gives permission for starting the engines.
Torej, stolp združuje oziroma je narejen na osnovi tehnologije letališča. Ta tehnologija je prvenstveno vojaška tehnologija. To se pravi, tukaj za razliko od civilnih letališč uporabljamo tudi oborožena letala, uporabljamo postopke z orožjem, uporabljamo postopke, ki jih izvajajo samo vojaški zrakoplovi. Torej, poleg civilnih in običajnih funkcij, ki jih imajo stolpi, na drugih letališčih ima ta stolp vsebuje tudi vso tehnologijo, ki omogoča upravljanje z vsemi temi sistemi.
Military aircraft mostly fly unarmed. Armed aircraft, for example with unguided rockets and machine guns, require stricter safety procedures as well as a bit different flight procedures. Before entering the runway, the airplane has to turn to the arming apron, where the armourer removes armament protective equipment.
Torej, letališče, vojaško letališče ima seveda predvsem vojaško funkcijo. Ta funkcija pride do izraza v primerih, ko je potrebno v daljšem časovnem obdobju ali pa bolj intenzivno izvajati predvsem določene vojaške aktivnosti. To pomeni torej delovanje letališča 24 ur na dan, to pomeni delovanje več mesecev zaporedoma v primeru kriznih situacij, ki smo jih že poznali v našem okolju, in v teh razmerah ima stolp in potrebe služb, ki delujejo znotraj tega stolpa, neke specifične zahteve, in tudi te specifične zahteve so v konstrukciji stolpa obravnavane in zadovoljene.
Firefighting rescue service, now located on the ground floor of the old tower, will move to a new, separate building adjacent to the new tower. The new location will allow the service the shortest possible route to the runway and to the maneuvering surfaces and thus the optimum reaction time.
Se pravi, po izgradnji novega infrastrukturnega objekta, se pravi objekta prav namenjenega za gasilce in po nabavi opreme, ki se pač predvideva v naslednjih 2 letih, ter z povečano gasilsko kategorijo 6, dejansko se pričakuje, da bomo imeli približno okoli 30 pripadnikov gasilske enote na tem letališču.
The Airfield Firefighting Rescue Service is now ranked Category 4 and equipped with 3 firefighting vehicles. 2 of them have a water tank and a main monitor water gun on the roof of the vehicle. With the renovation and upgrading, the airfield will be classified into a higher category, which also requires the upgrading of rescue and firefighting vehicles and equipment.
Letališče ima torej prvenstveno funkcijo vstopne zračne točke v Slovenijo za vojaška letala. To pomeni, da bodo iz tega letališča lahko vojaška letala poletela v tuji zračni prostor, s tem pa seveda se odpira možnost, da bodo vse tiste zadeve in naloge, opravila, ki jih upravljamo po drugih letališčih, bodisi na Brniku, bodisi na madžarskih letališčih ali pa kje druge, da se bodo lahko upravljale iz tega letališča, kar pomeni, da bomo seveda tudi zelo operativni in da bomo lahko zelo hitro dosegli tiste točke, kjer deluje v tem trenutku slovenska vojska izven območja Slovenije.
The control tower is a 7-story building providing room for all navigation services and the majority of other airfield services. On the ground floor, there is a terminal for passengers. There is also a multi-purpose hall. Several waiting rooms and rooms for border police and customs officers.
Tukaj so ustvarjeni s potniškim terminalom in z delom za vodenje zračnega prometa so ustvarjeni pogoji za to, ker se zraven uvaja tudi možnost za carino in mejno kontrolo. In vojašnica oziroma sam objekt vojašnice je že primeren temu, da ti lahko enoto zbereš, da opremo pripraviš v miru, brez nekih dodatnih stroškov in jo potem pošlješ oziroma sprejmeš iz tujine.
The airfield has a meteorological station for observing the weather. The station is furnished with measuring instruments and equipment for collecting the weather data necessary for air traffic at the airport and for flying in general. The meteorologist on duty provides the pilots with all the information about the weather along the planned flight route. The meteorological service has moved to the 2nd floor of the new tower. It is a civilian service belonging to the Environmental Agency. It is already equipped with modern automated measuring technology required for the higher airfield category. This is ARO, the Air Traffic Services Reporting Office in the old tower. Here, a pilot submits his flight plan before the flight. The office sends it through a special communications network to all air traffic control stations on the planned route. The airmen here receive information regarding the flight restrictions and others. This is the Air Traffic Services Reporting Office in the new tower. The office also issues notices to airmen, NOTAMs. These are urgent pieces of information compressed in a special format and code and understood by automated systems around the globe. In this way, even crews in the air can receive information regarding the restrictions on their flight routes.
Dnevno je tudi do 60 letov, ki jih potem potem se lahko kancelirajo, lahko se obdelujejo na druge načine, lahko so razni delayi, ne vem, se spusti megla v danem trenutku in je treba izdati nov notam in se vsi leti preložijo za nedoločen ali pa določen čas, odvisno od briefinga.
The third navigation service is air traffic control. Here is the Airfield air traffic control, which directs and controls aircraft during the initial stage or takeoff and the final stage of landing. Airfield control relies on what the controllers can see. Therefore, a good overlook from the control room is essential for flight safety.
Stari stolp je bil popolnoma neprimeren, že dva kontrolorja, ki sta bila na njemu, sta bila na poti drug drugemu. Ta stolp z svojim obsegom omogoča boljšo kontrolo zračnega prometa, več posadke naenkrat v stolpu, omogočal bo tudi dodatne storitve, če bo promet to zahteval, in pa vsekakor z svojimi gabariti omogoča, da se v njemu lahko namesti bistveno več opreme, ki jo posamezen kontrolor potrebuje za svoje delo.
The team on the tower is always composed of at least 2 controllers. One of them communicates with the aircraft and directs it, while the other one coordinates operational issues with the airfield services and other controls. One such control is approach control, which takes over the aircraft when it is at an altitude of 5,000 feet and monitors it on a computer screen.
No, ta oprema je najsodobnejša, dejansko funkcionalna v tistem smislu, kot jo dejansko ta moment uporabnik storitve kontrole zračnega prometa potrebuje. Nekje na 7 let se pa potem taka oprema zamortizira in jo je potrebno zamenjati znova. Za razliko od ostalih letališč, tukaj letijo vojaški zrakoplovi po svojih pravilih. Zrakoplovi letijo na mešan način, nekaj po civilnih pravilih, nekaj po vojaških. Vsekakor mora kontrolor poleg civilnih pravil tukaj poznati tudi vso specifiko vojaškega letenja. Leti se več v skupinah, leti se bolj skupaj, leti se tudi nižje, leti se hitreje, izvaja se manevre, ki jih civilni zrakoplovi načeloma ne izvajajo.
The protection of Slovenian airspace is a task of the Slovenian Armed Forces. It includes its surveillance and defense. Slovenia is also a part of the NATO integrated air defense system, which means that NATO member states combine their efforts to protect their airspace. The participation of an individual state depends on the airplanes and air defense missile systems, as well as other equipment and weapons it has at its disposal. For the protection of Slovenian airspace, 2 fighter planes of the Italian Armed Forces are on permanent operational standby. Together with trainer fighter planes of the Slovenian Armed Forces, they regularly train crews and overfly Slovenian airspace at high altitudes. For the protection of airspace at lower altitudes, Pilatus airplanes are used. They are slower but more agile and useful considering the dimensions and configuration of Slovenian territory. All member states are obliged to participate in the NATO integrated air defense system, while at the same time being in charge of the security of their own airspace.
Vroče!
V bistvu je to letališče namenjeno kot del možne infrastrukture za NATO-ve potrebe. Se pravi, da dolgoročno vlagajo v neko infrastrukturno mrežo letališč po celotni Evropi, s čimer si zagotovijo možno razpršenost enot v primeru potrebe. Del, ki ga NATO financira na tem letališču Cerklje v Krki, je potem namenjen oziroma ga lahko uporabljajo vse države članice NATO po predhodni najavi, se pravi, da smo mi dolžni v tistem času, ko se dogovorimo, jim dati te objekte ali pa ta del na razpolago, v preostalem delu pa ga v bistvu uporabljamo sami in tudi vzdrževanje naše.
These rooms provide the space necessary for the operation of a guest squadron. However, permanent accommodation for members of foreign armed forces is not foreseen. Camping space is available for accommodation.
V tem objektu sta v bistvu dva dela, ki sta financirana tudi strani NATO. To je prostor za potniški terminal z prostori za vodenje zračnega transporta in del, ki je namenjen za nastanitev oziroma za delo gostujoče eskadrilje. To so določeni prostori za pripravo pilotov, načrtovanje, potem skladiščni prostori oziroma garderobe za pilotsko in za normalno opremo. To so stvari, ki jih financira NATO, 2 projekta. In tretji projekt, ki je pa vezan potem na delno financiranje tudi elektroenergetskega dela objekta.
In the past, this airfield was equipped with inbuilt lights for illuminating the airfield surfaces, but they have been destroyed. Today, the Slovenian Armed Forces use portable lights. However, the marking lights illuminate only a part of the airfield surfaces, which is normally half of the runway, a part of the dryways and one heliport.
Osvetljena bo steza z robovi in pragovi, postavljene bodo luči za indikacijo priletne ravnine in osvetljene bodo vozne steze in ploščadi, v skladu spet s kategorijo 1 letališča.
After the renovation, the airfield will be equipped with built-in lights and all of the airfield surfaces will be supported by a computer-controlled lighting system.
Za višjo stopnjo uporabnosti letališča, to se pravi delo v slabših vremenskih razmerah in po noči in v primeru slabe vidljivosti, so ključni elementi osvetlitev in navigacijska oprema. Ti omogočajo, da letala lahko pristajajo in poletajo praktično v vseh vremenskih razmerah, tako kot se to za obrambni sistem tudi spodobi.
At the moment, only a visual flight is possible at Cerklje Airfield. In conditions of fog, heavy rain, snow or poor visibility, aircraft cannot take off or land. After the technological renovation, the airfield will provide instrumental flying. Radio navigation devices on the ground and instruments installed in all military aircraft will enable flying under conditions of poor visibility.
Na letališču Cerklje bomo uvedli sistem za natančno pristajanje kategorije 1. Potem bo VOR, to je v bistvu vsesmerni radijski oddajnik. Potem bo TACAN kot osnovno vojaško sredstvo za nenatančen prelet in zadržali bomo tudi NDB-je, to so v bistvu radijski oddajniki, ki nam omogočajo nenatančen prelet na letališče.
The airfield is ranked category Cat 1. Number 1 refers to the first and the lowest level of instrumental approach. It means that in order to land safely, the pilot needs to be able to see the threshold of an altitude of approximately 60 meters and approximately 550 meters before the runway.
Na letališču Cerklje smo se odločili za kategorijo 1, ki v bistvu omogoča instrumentalno letenje po noči v zmanjšanih pogojih, zmanjšane vidljivosti. Tako da s to kategorijo 1 nekako zadovoljimo naše potrebe, ki jih tukaj pričakujemo, in po drugi strani tudi nekaj najbolj racionalna, ker pri višjih kategorijah 2 ali 3 je potem potrebno uvajati tudi dodatna navigacijska sredstva, dodatno osvetlitev, kar pa vse v bistvu stane in je vprašanje, če je popolnoma racionalno.
At present, military aircraft may take off or land only under conditions of good visibility. However, if a military aviation force is only operational in ideal weather conditions, it would not be able to fulfill its mission.
Po prenovi letališča pričakujemo letalci predvsem, da bomo lahko izvajali letalske operacije tudi ob slabšem vremenu. Še posebej to pomeni pri pogojih zmanjšanja vidljivosti nekje do 550 metrov in pri znižanju oblačnosti, kar nam omogočalo izvajanje operacij recimo nad delom Slovenije, kjer pa je vreme dovolj dobro, pa zdaj tega nismo mogli početi, ker nismo mogli poleteti ali pristati v Cerkljah.
The possibility of instrumental flying is also important for the civilian use of the airfield, since all passenger flights are conducted according to instrumental flight rules. As a mixed airfield, the Cerklje Airfield has been entered into the register of civilian aerodromes. Due to the increase in air traffic, joint civil-military use of aerodromes is recommended by Eurocontrol.
Že sama zasnova, ki smo jo naredili na tem letališču, je takšna, da je v bistvu centralni del letališka steza, da je južni del tisti, ki pripada po vojaškim aktivnostim ali pa dejavnostim, severni del je pa tisti, kjer je možno razvijati civilno dejavnost.
The Air Force is the military branch which is most closely connected with the civilian world. Air traffic control, for example, including that for military aircraft, is entirely under the authority of civilian services. The Area Air Traffic Control Center Ljubljana takes over airplanes from approach controllers where the airplanes reach an altitude of 24,500 feet. They mostly control only airplanes which overfly Slovenia. This is the tower of Brnik Airport. It is an international airport and the busiest airport in Slovenia. There are also two other international airports, Maribor and Portorož. This is the tower of Maribor Airport. Only Maribor and Brnik airports have systems for instrumental flying. This is Portorož Airport Tower. Airfield control is performed by Portorož, Brnik and Maribor airports and Cerklje Krki Airfield.
Gre za enostavno dejstvo, da obrambni sistem nikjer v svetu ali pa v Evropi ni tako bogat, da bi lahko bil ekskluzivno v uporabi samo za vojaška letala. Ta koncept smo sledili tudi pri nas in smo torej na vojaškem letališču tehnološko ga opremili tako, da zadovoljuje tudi civilnim standardom, kar pa posledično pomeni, da lahko na njem pristajajo in letijo tudi civilna letala po civilnih predpisih. Kljub vsemu pa letališče po svojem namenu ostaja vojaško letališče.
The renovated airfield will be the airbase of the Slovenian Armed Forces. It will have the necessary infrastructure to operate aircraft for the protection of Slovenian airspace from the Slovenian territory. In the event of a military threat or natural disaster, this airfield will be able to provide room and ground handling services as well as host nation support for tactical and transport airplanes from an allied nation. Unfortunately, the world is not so full of justice and harmony that we are allowed to deceive ourselves into believing that we will never need such military defense capabilities.